Worrying is a normal human emotion. When it starts to negatively impact our lives, it can become an issue. It can cause tension, anxiety, and even depression in us. Additionally, it may keep us from acting and moving forward in our lives. It's simple to get sucked into the never-ending cycle of worry and anxiety in today's fast-paced world. Our concerns include work, relationships, money, and health. These anxieties can depress us and make it hard for us to enjoy life. But what if there was a way to live a more satisfied and peaceful life without having to worry? Zeno of Citium, an ancient Greek philosopher, developed the Stoic school of thought, which provides a useful and ageless method for controlling our emotions and overcoming obstacles. We'll look at some of the reasons why people worry and talk about beneficial techniques that you can use to overcome worry using Stoic practices. This will help you live a calmer, more self-assured life. We gain insight from Stoicism that worry can be an outcome of unreasonable fears and thoughts. We often overestimate the possibility of bad things happening to us and fail to notice the good things in our lives. An ongoing state of stress and anxiety may result from this. Finding the cause of our anxiety is the first step towards overcoming worry. What specific issues are bringing us anxiety? We can begin to question our pessimistic ideas and beliefs once we are aware of our triggers. Firstly, identifying the cause of our stress is essential as the first step towards overcoming worry. We can start to effectively address our worries and create ways to cope by being aware of the precise triggers that set them off. Through reflective thinking and observation, we can pinpoint the origin of our concern. The following queries can help direct this process. Which circumstances or occurrences usually make me worry? When I encounter these triggers, what particular ideas or anxieties come to mind? How do my emotional and physical anxieties show up? What frequent themes or patterns come through in my worries? Do any unanswered questions or persistent issues have a role in my worries? We can obtain important insights into the nature of our concerns and identify the precise triggers that feed our anxiety by thoughtfully considering these questions. With this knowledge, we can more effectively address these causes and lessen the negative effects of worry in our lives by taking focused action. Here are some more pointers for determining the origin of your concern. Maintain a worry journal. By keeping track of your worries on a regular basis, including the day, time, place, and related thoughts, you'll be able to spot trends and triggers. Ask dependable friends or family members for assistance. Speaking with a trusted person about your concerns can help you see things from a different angle and indicate the root causes. Think about getting knowledgeable assistance. Asking a therapist or counselor can offer you specific assistance and anxiety management techniques if your worries are causing a substantial impact on your life and are ongoing. Recall that finding the cause of your concern is more about understanding your emotional patterns and creating useful ways to cope than it is about obsessing over unfavorable ideas. You can empower yourself to control worry and create a more peaceful and satisfying life by taking this first step. Stoics offers several techniques for challenging negative thoughts. The Dichotomy of Control. The Dichotomy of Control, which emphasizes making a distinction between the things we can and cannot control. This idea acknowledges that although we frequently have little control over the outside world, we do have a great deal of control over the ideas, deeds, and reactions we think and feel. We can lessen the worry and frustration we experience from outside forces that are out of our control by paying attention on the things we can manage. Instead of focusing our energies on attempting to control the uncontrollable, we can use them to effect positive change within our own domain of influence. The dichotomy of control pushes us to accept things like other people's acts of kindness, outside circumstances, and the past that are beyond our control. We can change our attention from these uncontrollable factors to the things we can control, like our thoughts, decisions, and actions. Reducing our stress, increasing our feeling of independence, and creating a more peaceful and meaningful life can all be achieved by adopting an attitude of acceptance towards the uncontrollable and concentrating our efforts on what we can influence. Negative visualization. A Stoic technique called negative visualization includes consciously considering the worst-case scenario in a particular circumstance. Although it might seem strange, this approach can be very effective in controlling anxiety and decreasing worry. We can overcome our fear of the unknown and come to the realization that we are capable of handling it by foreseeing and visualizing the worst-case scenario. This mental preparation process can assist us in realizing that most of our worries are unfounded or impossible. This is how negative visualization is accomplished. Determine your fear or worry. Decide on a particular circumstance that makes you nervous or uncomfortable. Consider the absolute worst situation. Imagine as clearly as possible the worst-case scenario. Add all the unfavorable information and possible outcomes. Examine your feelings. Note your reactions when you picture the worst-case situation. Accept your worries and fears without passing judgment. Think about other possible outcomes. Keep in mind that there are other options besides the worst-case scenario. Think about the more likely and favorable results. Pay attention to your resilience. Acknowledge your capacity to overcome obstacles and disappointments. Lean on your independence and past experiences for support. Instead of focusing on negativity, negative visualization focuses on developing emotional resilience and getting ready for future barriers. We may decrease our fear's control over us and develop a more assured and worry-free mindset by dealing with our fears head-on. Perspective taking. Seeing the bigger picture. It's simple to lose sight of the bigger picture of our lives when we are worried and get lost in the details of our worries. A key concept in Stoic philosophy, perspective taking invites us to look beyond our immediate viewpoints and examine our concerns from a more comprehensive standpoint. Picture yourself standing at the lowest point of a mountain range. You can make out the huge peaks, the wild landscape, and the open space. But from a much wider perspective point, you could see how the mountains relate to other landmarks, fit into the surrounding landscape, and fit into the larger scheme of things if you took a helicopter ride and flew high above. Similar to this, we can change our focus from the small things to the larger picture when we apply perspective taking to our concerns. We can inquire of ourselves, how important is this concern in the overall context of my life? How does this concern affect my sense of fulfillment and happiness in relation to my general well-being? What are the long-term effects of giving in to this worry? We frequently discover that our concerns are not as important as we first thought when we take a larger view. We might come to the realization that they are temporary, unimportant, or manageable. This change in viewpoint can assist us in feeling less overwhelmed emotionally by our concerns and regaining our composure. Taking a different stance also motivates us to think about other people's viewpoints. The act of understanding and compassion can be developed by placing ourselves in their position. This can be especially beneficial when our concerns are about interpersonal relationships or interactions. Essentially, perspective taking enables us to see our worries in the context of a bigger and more meaningful life, allowing us to escape the limitations of our immediate worries. It is an effective tool for building resilience, reducing anxiety, and creating a life that is more happy and peaceful. Keep in mind that you are not the only one who suffers from worry. Many people deal with similar problems, but you can learn to live a calmer, more self-assured life and overcome worry with the help of Stoic philosophy. Thanks for watching.